Well, hello. Welcome to unit number 2 for our tour guiding course. Unit number 2 is on the model of interpretation. It's amazing how many people don't know there's a model of interpretation. I guess this depends on where you might have gotten your training in Turk. But the model is used for us to plan just about everything. So if you look on the sheet that I sent you, the model is below. And the way it works is pretty simple. We try to figure out first what the objectives are that you want your interpretive tour to accomplish. We have learning objectives, behavioral objectives, and emotional objectives. Then we think about the theme and the stops and the subject matter that you want your tour to illustrate. A theme is probably the most important thing for your tour. The way a theme works is when you start a tour, the first thing you tell people is the theme. For example, in a botanical garden, the theme might be, there are many plants here that can heal as well as harm throughout history. And on today's tour, I'm going to show you examples of each kind. Okay. And then during the tour itself, you show them the examples of plants that could heal, also plants that could harm. And then at the end of the tour, you say, well, you've now seen 8 examples of plants that could heal and plants that can harm. And let me ask you a few questions and see how much you remember. Then you do a little bit of evaluation. So that's what the theme does. It's so important. And then who's the audience? Because when we plan a tour, we have to plan for the people that are there. So for example, if you have a lot of older people on your tour that can't walk real fast, that may tell you you might have to slow things down and maybe even eliminate a stop so you can stay on time, but allow for people to catch up. If you have a lot of children on the tour, then you have to be sure that you provided some things for them to do. They learn by touching. They have to have a hands-on as well as a minds-on experience. So there's that box that says visitor analysis. Once you know your theme and your objectives and your audience, then you select the media. In your case, the media is a tour, but the media is also, what are you going to bring with you on your tour? What are you going to show them? Are you going to bring a recording of bird songs? Are you going to bring some hand-on materials for them to taste? So what are you going to bring with you to illustrate the tour? And that's the media. And then we want to know implementation and operation. I&O is all the logistics. Where will the tour start? Where will they meet, and should they bring particular kinds of things with them? Should they wear certain kinds of walking shoes? Should they need sunscreen? How will you advertise the tour? What teaching aids will you bring with you? Things like that. Then there's a section that's called So What? It's the evaluation part of your tour. How will you know you actually accomplished anything as a result of your tour? What did people learn or remember? What were they inspired to do? How will you find out what your tour actually accomplished? And there's a little feedback loop which goes back to your objectives. So that's what the model of interpretation is about. We use it for planning everything. And so for Unit 2, I want you to become very familiar with it. And then once you've done that, there's an assignment there talking about how you would use the model of interpretation for your next tour. And then send that to me. I'll have a look and then get you going on unit number 3. So I hope you enjoy the model and look forward to seeing what your responses are. Again, if any questions at all, you can always email me or Skype me, and I'm here to coach you through the whole course. Have a good one. Bye-bye.